Welcome to the Motorhome and Caravan Show with your hosts, Shane Malpass and Jason the Motorhome Man Reynolds.
First of all, it couldn't be your fault. When this life of mine will fall, it will always be my call. Trying to throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me. I thought, what age are we? It's warm outside, and we all want shine. Bet you nobody in the city could stay in the crib this time. Whoa, got pics on the way like a vacay. Shoot photo with an AK. Got friends by my side, trying to have a great day. Then I wonder why they throw shades. Yeah, but it's all on me. Let them roam free like a European. Yeah, see me pick up the phone like I'm trying to haul a home, starting to act like E.T. Yeah, rock them shades, now they can't see me. Trying to run away, but I'm not speedy. Need no fake, I just want what's real, and I ride that way till I'm free. Yeah. Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. No rage.
It's Sunday.
You watching the boxing last night or something?
No, I missed it.
I completely forgot about it, but it sounded a good fight.
Yeah, he knocked him out in the fifth, didn't he?
Yeah, and who was it? It was not Povetkin, the other guy.
Povetkin and Dylan White.
Dylan White, yeah. He was very much on top. I think he knocked Povetkin down 2-3 times before that.
Fair play to old Eddie Earn. He's been outstanding through lockdown, hasn't he?
He has been, yeah. You've got to keep the show on the road, haven't you?
Mate, he's been pumping out on social media and everything. And if you looked what he's done with them live shows he's been doing, he's done, what did he do? Has he done 4 and then he did the pay-per-view one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and them shows cost a few bucks, mate.
Just a bit.
To put on. Yeah, because the only revenue I would have thought he'd be getting is one through sponsorship and also through a bit off Sky, wouldn't he?
Yep.
But yeah, hey, anyway, Sunday. Let's say hello to anyone. Can we say hello to anybody?
Oh, we can do, yes, I guess so.
First Motorhome, evening, Jason and Shane. Evening, Jim Page. Evening, guys. Regular. Caravan with the Coxies. Evening, chaps. Evening. Gregory. Evening, Jason and Shane. Another week rolls around faster than ever, don't they, just, Shane?
I know they do. I know.
Just us on tour, evening all. Hope you all well. Ooh. Lee Bateson, evening all. Oh, you've decided to turn up tonight, have you? Tom Chapman, good evening, Jason Shane. Ian Sackwell, regular, evening all. Hope you had a good weekend. Carl Pierce, evening, guys. Blake's 4 on tour. Hello from Plymouth. Plymouth, eh? Dan Barnes, evening, Jason Shane. It's
down
a
in
fast
Plymouth. It is a fast one. I'm down in Plymouth on Wednesday, I think.
What are you picking up?
Motorhome. It's called a Bessicar 574.
What are you?
18, I think.
Okay. What's the layout like?
Twin single beds with an end bathroom.
So you got lounge?
Either side, a bit like the Elddis 185 or 285.
Right, okay. On an 18 plate?
18 or 68, I forget which one.
Okay. It's a fast one tonight, mate. We've got a few.
Yes.
We've got a fair few to go. Mark, where are you, Mark? Out there. Oh, he's here.
Evening.
I see your camera's impeccable definition tonight.
Is that good or bad?
Bad.
Same as normal then.
What do you do tonight?
A couple of caravans, family, lightweight, and trying to keep under that 3.5 ton combined. If you've not got your B plus E, if you're new to caravanning.
Okay. And where's David Hasselhoff?
David Hasselhoff. Look at it. Look, I am a trendsetter on this show, boys. Look at it. You got to up your game. You're going to have to seriously start upping your game. Wait for the comments to come in to say, "Wow, John, look at that shirt." Taking it to another level, like last week, bringing it up again.
John, trendsetter Hasselhoff.
He talks a good talk.
I know.
Why Shay decided to call you Mr. Hasselhoff tonight?
No, probably to do with. Yeah, look at that. There we go. What is that shirt? That was you, Shane, anyway. Once I read who it's from. David Hasselhoff, just doing the usual beach. We've been away for the weekend, come home today. And if you follow me on Twitter or on Instagram, you may have seen that my little lad got himself into a little bit of trouble on the beach on Saturday. Getting a bit too close to the rocks, and Dad had to swim on in there and save him. But he's fine. He's all right. Yeah, lesson learned. Should have listened to what Dad was saying. And I'm the one who came off worse on the rocks. So, but hey, all's good. Look at these things.
John, just on a serious note there, mate, you can't mess around with nature.
No. And to be fair, I mean, we'd been there. Was it the storm Ellen or Eline or Eleanor or whatever it was, the storm that had come in? Yeah, we were up at Dundledore on the Friday, and oh my God, it was blowing a gale, and the sea was rough as you like. But on Saturday we went down to Branksome Chimes, so just along the coast a little bit from Bournemouth, and between the breaker rocks, it was nice. It was good. They were couple of feet. It was nice surf for bodyboarding, but yeah, little man ended up being on the wrong side and got himself he wasn't, don't get me wrong, he was not in trouble. He was just in the wrong place, and
I bet he was when you got him out of the water.
Yeah. then he was in the wrong place. But yeah, you've got to be careful with. I mean, he's a good swimmer. We've been out bodyboarding loads, and he should have known better, really. So, but yeah, he's fine. He's fine. We're all fine. Just a couple of little scratches.
Just a quickie, Shane. Phil Bunt's just put a question on, mate. Phil Bunt, quick question. What's a fair price to change cam belt on a 5-year-old X290 Fiat Bessie car, John?
What's a Bessie car? I'd probably say you're looking.
Be quiet, John. Anyway, to answer the question, Phil, basically, cam belt, normally the water pump drives the cam belt, so you're talking around about the £300 or £400 mark to change it. Cam belts should be changed. Forget the mileage; they should be changed every 5 years. Shane,
what he said.
You almost took the words,
John.
He almost took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say
a bit like what the caravan dog said. 3 up.
Oh, that's... Martin.
I've just called.
What is wrong with this shirt? Look, we got palm trees. We got some surf in there. We got a bit of color, injecting some color and some enthusiasm. Looks like a cyclist in that shirt.
On that note, we've got a guest on tonight. Camptoo, Shane, haven't we?
We do. We have Ed from Camptoo.
Ed from Camptoo. So let's get rid of these two and let's see a short video what Camptoo are all about, eh?
Okay. I'll get there in a minute.
We are Camptoo. We enable you to be outdoors with a motorhome or camper van, to be an adventurer, a tree hugger, a kite surfer, a traveller, a mountain biker, a hiker. We love to spend time outside and make this accessible for everyone. With Camptoo, you hire a unique and personal motorhome or caravan directly from the owner. With its mobile web app, motorhome sharing has become easy, safe and fun. Following our success in the Netherlands and Australia, we are now expanding our services in the UK, and we invite you to become part of our success. Whether you go for an active holiday or prefer to relax in nature, you can always find the perfect vehicle for your trip, right there where you need it and for how long you need it. Here's how we did it. Together with Caravan, Motorhome and Campervan owners, we co-created a service that is unique, safe and easy to use and beneficial for all parties involved. So far, over 50,000 users in over 69 countries have booked 175,000 nights in motorhomes over the last 4 years. This has enabled our owners to collectively earn over 10 million euros in rental income via Camptoo.
Hi, I'm Martijn. I'm the co-founder of Camptoo, and I'm passionate about nature. It helps me to stay healthy and focus on the right things. And nature was actually the starting point for Camptoo. We decided to go to nature to get some inspiration, but we couldn't rent a camper van as everything was fully booked and private owners were too afraid to rent it out. And that's why we decided to start a camper van sharing service. At Camptoo, we see the value of being in nature for everyone, and it's our mission to connect everybody with the outdoors by offering a simple, safe and fun service that helps everybody to get into nature.
Together, we can make the outdoors accessible for everyone in the UK, and we need your help. Grab this opportunity to become part of the motorhome community and celebrate the love for the outdoors.
That's a fair old promo out there, isn't it?
I didn't know it was that long.
There's a few quid spent there, wasn't there?
Yeah. Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
Tell us all about it, then, Ed.
Well, thanks for having me. Camptoo is basically an Airbnb platform for camper vans and motorhomes. So we set up in the UK about 2 years ago. And if you're interested in renting your vehicle out to members of the public, we have a platform now with about 4,500 vehicles in Europe and Australia on it. So in the UK, I think we're up to about 800 now. So the objective is to, if people are interested, they can utilize the service to hopefully make an extra income when they're not using the vehicle. We fully understand that some people are open to that and others will never do it. So that's absolutely fine. And we have a range of vehicles from 25-year-old VWs right through to 2020 plate 6-berth motorhomes. So it's really across the range. And business has been very brisk, obviously, with the staycations this year, and people. I understand a lot of people are buying motorhomes and camper vans, and a lot of people are renting them. So our business has gone up by about 300% this year to last year. So, as people stay at home, they want to rent something. So we're not a fleet hire vehicle company. We are as I say, a peer-to-peer market sharing platform. That's us.
Do you know what I like about that? If you go to the hire company, you're going to get a brand new vehicle, more or less, up to 3 years old. What you said there is you can get anything from a Volkswagen right the way through.
Yeah, yes, you can. And a lot of young people hire vans for weekends. They like the whole VW vibe. Different prices, different spec outs, different sizes. There's people going down to surf or to go kite surfing or camping, and people want different types of vehicles. Also, people like to try different vehicles. So obviously, a lot of the motorhome hire companies, they tend to have maybe 5 or 6 different types. And some people like to choose different options. So yeah, I think we provide there's a gap in the market for this, and we hope to sort of slot into that.
Shane?
No, it is interesting because there isn't that much information on hire out there, is there? For me personally, the amount of people that have asked me, especially in these last 2-3 months, do you hire? Well, no, we don't. But go here or here and speak to these or visit this website. It just needs to grow a bit more, I think, doesn't it? Because there are a lot of people that want to try different layouts, and there's some people that say, "Oh, I absolutely love a VW camper van." Well, that ain't for everybody, and they'll soon find that out when they try and stand up in it and do stuff inside of it. So the fact that you get to try something a bit more realistic than something brand new from the fleet hire is a nice idea.
Oh, well done, Shane. You've just crushed thousands of people who just want to hire a Volkswagen out.
Well, it might work for them, but it might not. They might try it and love it, and then vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I think also the clear benefits to the owner. I mean, the owners of vehicles who are willing to rent their vehicles out, we're providing a service which wasn't previously there. So what also happens in this company, the parent company is Martin, who was talking, is a Dutch guy. All of the founders are campers, and of course Holland is very popular for camper vans. Yeah. They absolutely love it there, and they love being on campsites. And the UK, Germany, to a lesser degree, and France, Italy, and Spain, the northern European countries, there's a lot more camper van ownership. And I think it's very much a new industry. I mean, we have there's not just us in the market. There's 2 or 3 other companies, or many companies doing it. And I think we're in the summer months, you tend to have a lot of demand and not so much capacity in the established vehicle fleet. So where people want a holiday at home, I mean, we were booked out for pretty much the whole of July. So there are a lot of people who are not able to hire vehicles from us or the established companies, or the fleet hire companies. So I think going forward, it obviously depends on how many people want to try this experience. But I think my general feeling, and I think talking to you guys, is that the whole van life is growing. The motorhome sale market is growing, and the camper van, and of course the van conversion market is growing. And this way of life, if that's what it is becoming more popular. So yeah. As long as everybody's enjoying it, whether you own or hire or rent, the industry is growing, in our opinion. I think that's a fair comment.
Before we move on, I've just had a couple of great comments come up. We just really need to hit. Can we bring Jim Page up per show? How can you safeguard renters that the van has been COVID cleaned by the owner? Good comment, that is, Ed.
Well, we have policies and guidelines like the government and pubs and everyone else. So we stipulate that every vehicle needs to be turned around and thoroughly cleaned prior to re-renting. I mean, that is a requirement that we have. We encourage the owners to put a reasonable amount of time to turn around the vehicles. So we suggest to them they give a day's grace between rental hires. Do we physically stand there and check that every vehicle is cleaned before each renter? We can't simply do that. We don't have the manpower to be out, and so we rely on the owners to do that for us. We also suggest, and many owners do it, is that they don't get into the vehicle with the renters. So we suggest to them it's not a legal requirement that they shoot a small video of the vehicle. So they send it. They have a direct interface with the renter. Once the booking is accepted, the owner talks to the traveller or the renter. So we ask them to send a video explaining what is in the van. We ask them to send maybe a short presentation on the vehicle, maybe some notes, a cutout with some photos in it. So we try and encourage the owners not to be in the vehicle at the same time, so that when the renter arrives at the vehicle, they have a good knowledge of where obviously everything is, and that's a way that you can limit the time in the vehicle on handover. Likewise, when they return the vehicle, we encourage that there's a transfer form. So, and all things like wearing masks and standing at distance when you're doing the handover.
You're basically giving them as much advice as possible, aren't you?
Yes, we are. And can we police it? We regularly remind them, and I think that's the best we can do with the type of business that we have.
And how's Europe going with it all then?
Europe? Sorry?
Yeah.
What, with regard to the business in general, or the traveling? Well, all of the Camptoo type businesses, there are probably 6 companies our size. Just to give you an idea about scale, in the UK, there are probably, at our estimates, around 3,500 vehicles in the UK that are rented out through what we call market sharing platforms like ourselves. And I've no doubt people watching will be aware of companies like Camplify and Scarpa and GoBooney, and we are one of the big 4.
The reason why I mentioned that, because probably not a lot of people have heard of Camptoo, and when I actually did some research, I didn't realise how big you are in Europe, matey.
Yeah, so thank you. I mean, we got 2,500 vehicles in Holland, about 600 in Belgium, and then we have a number of vehicles throughout Europe. So we have, for example, Portugal, which has reopened. I think today we have 28 vehicles in Portugal, so there's options there. But where we have people on the ground, like myself in the UK, we typically have more vehicles because we do more business development here. But I think that, you know, people can still take our vehicles or vehicles on Camptoo to France. They don't have to stay in the UK, providing the owner is happy for people to go over to the continent. They can go to wherever they want to, providing the insurance is in place. But across Europe, the vehicle hire sector and this type of business have done very well in the last few years. Yes.
So when did you break into England then, Ed?
We set up in early 2018, so we've been going now for 2 years, and I think I was just saying before we started chatting about this, I think the UK has around, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's 250,000 motorhomes and campervans registered in the UK. So around 3,500 are on these types of platforms. So it's only 1% or so of total vehicles are being rented out like that. So, you know, there's plenty of potential to grow, and the whole sector is growing quite a lot. But we totally understand it's not for everybody. Lots of motorhome owners, campervan owners would not dream of renting out their vehicles to Joe Public, and you know, we totally understand that.
That's a good point, matey. That's good. In Sackville, what is the cost of insurance?
Good question, Will. I don't know if anyone watching knows of Alan Boswell. They're an insurer in the UK. We have a product now for any vehicle up to £75,000, £1,250 a year, so £1,250 per year for commercial insurance. So that's so you can use the vehicle and any member of the public can use it. I've had quotes on my own vehicle over £3,000. So certainly people should shop around, speak to your own insurer. A lot of insurance people don't do hire, from what I understand. I'm no insurance expert, but we've partnered up with Alan Boswell. So if you come through the website, Alan Boswell will insure you for that amount. If you don't want to get a full year insurance policy, you can pay for like a day hire. So if people only wanted to rent out their vehicle for say 2 weeks in the summer, just to cover a bit of cost, they can pay £21 a day to rent out on a day insure policy. So that's your other option, if that makes sense.
Okay. You're sticking around with us tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I've got no shirt, but I've got this rather boring grey on. But I'll stick around, see what people have to say about it. That'd be great.
Right, we've got a few more questions asked a bit later on, haven't we, Shane?
Yep, we have.
Yep.
I've got them stored.
All right. Speak to you in a minute.
Okay. Cheers.
Like I said,
There's another option for people, isn't it? Camptoo.
it is, yeah. Some good questions coming in as well, which we will fire across shortly.
So, shall we crack on with the rest of the show?
We shall do. What do you? Should we start with the first video?
What we doing tonight? What was it?
Island beds.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, okay, then I best call Jason just to talk about what we're doing today. We're doing island beds, even though we keep saying we're doing fixed beds. I keep trying to, and I just can't get hold of him. Let me try again. Come on, Jason.
Hey, so Indy, yeah. Hey, so Indy, hey.
Oh, what's he want? Hi, Shane. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. Oh, mate, I'm so rushed off my feet. It's just non-stop all the time, non-stop. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Right, well, what do you want to do for the show this Sunday, then? What motorhome do you want to review? Fixed beds? Yeah, let's do fixed beds this Sunday. Yeah. All right, well, when I get a chance, mate, because I'm just so busy, I'll get that done. Yeah.
All right, speak to you later. Ta-ra.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
So all the times that you keep blanking me during the week.
No, it was research purposes.
What? See how good the bed was.
It was just research. That's all it was research. You have to research your vans. Mark will back me up on this, won't you, Mark?
He will, yeah. I can see his face now. He's nodding off now.
Come on, then. Let's get the first one on, then.
Ooh, Shane, fixed beds this week, is it? Have I got a van for you? Auto Trail Tracker. It's a 2.3 diesel with 150 brake horsepower. It's 4,250 in weight, so you will need a C1 license to drive this, and it's just over 7.5 meters long. It's done 20,000 miles. So let's have a look at this fixed bed I've got for you. If we have a look at the front, we've got great storage all the way around and a good skylight up above. We've got the little bench seats here. The only downside is the size of them. They aren't great big bench seats, but they will make up into a bed. And then if we move towards the middle of the van, we have a good sink area, hot plate, gas hobs with grill, oven, and then we have the 3-way fridge. What I do really like when we get towards the back, this is a great bathroom area. We've got the toilet, sink, and a great shower there. And I really do like that bathroom. And then what we're going to be talking about is the fixed bed. Here we have the fixed bed, and you can get all the way around it. So, and then we do have storage for underneath as well. The only thing probably lacking in this van is there isn't any cupboard areas around. We've just got the two here, and then we've got the shelving going around. But the cupboards at the front do make up for it, to be honest. And I bet you could have a good night's kip on that, to be honest with you. Yeah, it feels a really comfy bed. So there we have it. Auto Trail Tracker RB with the fixed bed. Nice van.
Go and try your luck. Touch me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up. Then that be poking out them jeans. Up and sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up. It's the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up. Trying to put the face to the name. I pull up and I and I'm swerving. If a try to holler, she gon'
Available to rent on Camptoo for weekly rentals. What do you think of that, Bob?
Here's a question for you. Which
I've got
side?
my notes, so you're not catching me out this week.
So which side is the bed facing?
What do you mean?
Is it the habitation door side or the other side?
No, it's the other side, driver's side.
Okay, that's
Did you
good.
not watch the video?
Well, I'm still trying to work out what it looked like. It looked like it was facing towards the habitation door side.
Yeah, your head is driver's side.
Yeah. So you're looking out to the habitation door side.
Yeah.
So if you want to pull up to a nice cliff and overlook the sea,
And hopefully you'll jump off it.
It'll look it'll look beautiful. Just sat there looking out your window while you're in bed, and then you go and step out the habitation door and you go over the edge.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? Because if you've got your own, then at least you've got space before you jump off.
Very true. But then you can't see anything. So
I'll tell you what I liked about that van, mate. It's got a lovely wash area, shower, toilet.
Yeah.
It's a nice van, 21,000 miles. It is a 4,250 in weight though, so you need a C1 license.
So what year was that?
It was a 2015 on a 65 plate.
Okay. So what sort of price is that now?
You're looking anywhere between the 45s and 50.
Okay. Because they still do them as well. I was just having a look before the show just to see what they do. And they do them. They do them.
So, there we go. Let's move on to caravans, eh?
Bring on the best.
Okay. What have you got for us, mate?
We've got a really tiny, small, minuscule little Elddis Explorer 304.
Now I know who you remind me of now. I've just clicked who you are. You're one of the minions, aren't you?
I could be. I'm just gonna get a yellow shirt. I could be.
Oh, let's have a look at this caravan, mate.
Today we're going to show you a couple of family vans. We're going to go really lightweight and a little bit heavier, and just let's have a look what we can get if we've got a restricted towing limit on our car. Now, I thought we was going to do family vans. This is 2-berth, isn't it? This can't be a 4-berth. Oh my gosh. That's just amazing. So let's come and have a look in this Elddis Explorer 304. They've actually got 4 berths in this. This is 5.34 meters, and we've got 4 berths in here. Just over 1,000 kilograms maximum weight. So majority of family cars are going to be able to tow this. Now this front seating pulls out. Back cushions go in, and that makes a good sized little double bed actually. It's not, you don't need to be a hobbit to be able to use this one. And I'm not the tallest, but normal people can use this. The little end dinette here, that makes into another bed. And we've actually got a fold out bunk bed just here. So the 4th berth ladder just comes down here, is just up here, and it doesn't feel cramped, it doesn't feel tiny. From the outside it's a really small little van, but actually I think you'd have 4, even maybe 5 people in here, and it wouldn't feel as though you want to kill each other, you know. So yeah, there's plenty of room for 4 people. You've got everything in here. You've got your 3-burner hob, you've got your little oven and grill combined, you've got your hot and cold water, you've got your 3-way fridge. Come on, they've got to have not put something in here. They've got to have, what have they left out? Bathroom? No, we've got a bathroom. We've even got proper shower and toilet. And again, I've seen someone do this before. We can have a shower, a shave, and
Mark, I'll give you your dues there, mate. That's a cracking van. Fair play to you.
Good little van, that one. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Are you back?
I'm back.
I tell you what, you're getting good at these reviews, aren't you? Yeah.
I don't know, that was a bit rushed, that one.
Yeah. Well, what was the weight, mate?
1,050 maximum. 803 kilograms as it's sat there now, so you could pull that with a push bike.
Yeah. That's it. Bring John up, mate. What did you think of that van?
I've actually written down TARDIS. It's like a TARDIS.
Yeah.
I have never seen that van before.
When you're in there, you're looking and you're going, this is a different van. Yeah. This isn't the same van as I was just looking at outside.
I was sat here watching that video going, wow. Yeah, like you saying, what have they missed? Oh no, it's got that. How are you going to get a family of 4 in something that when you're stood outside, you're like, you ain't getting a family of 4 in there, but fair play. That is amazing. Really impressed with that.
Really, really good layout. Really good layout.
What did you think, Shay?
As they said, and as First Motorhome said, the only van I could tow with my 1.6 Skoda.
Yeah,
It just
it
up,
opens the market up. Yeah.
And as Ivan Sackville says, ideal caravan for Mark. Sorry. For that caravan, you need to be a little person.
I've got loads of room in there. Even if you were a bit taller than me, loads of room. Loads of room.
They've been very clever, haven't they, with the way they've laid it out, haven't they? Yeah. To squeeze it all in.
What year was it, Mark?
2011.
And what would you pay for that?
That's just been sold today, actually, at 8,495, so $8,500. So
You pulled it out the bag there, mate. I'll give you your juice.
I tell you what, that
Little
would be a
cracker.
good one. That would be a nice little one for a starter van for hire or something like that. Just because it is short enough, but it does have the full berth.
Shall we bring that back
and because
go on, sorry, Mark.
See if he's ready.
Because you're not going to need a massive car. It just opens the market up for a lot of people.
Mark, you've been listening to that. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, are you doing caravans in the UK at the minute as well?
We only have about 10 caravans on the site.
But so it is possible for people to get a caravan and dip the toe on.
Yeah, touring caravan is possible. It tends not to be that popular for some reason. We even had a couple of static caravans, but I think the difference with static caravans is that it's difficult for sites to rent them out. You can't rent a lot of static caravans out. But yeah, we could do caravans. They tend not to be popular. People want motorhomes or camper vans generally.
Yeah,
I think it's
I think, and they're harder to drive. I think there's a bit more risk with driving a caravan than there is a motorhome. Maybe that's not the case, but perception-wise.
It's like what you said earlier. It's such a great idea if you want to try something. So if I wanted to try a T5, but not we're not knowing if we're going to actually enjoy it or not, to rent one for a weekend, such a brilliant idea.
Yeah, we hope so. Well,
it's working, isn't it?
No, it's not a good idea. I think it's pretty rubbish, really.
Well, it will never come off.
I think, do you remember? People will remember sort of when Airbnb started. I don't know when was that, 5 or 10 years ago now. I think. And I lived up in Staffordshire, and I rented my apartment out, and I started doing Airbnb. And I remember years ago, it was like people, I would never rent my house. Why would you rent your room in your house out? Or why would you rent your house out when you're away on holiday? And now I'm sure we all know people who have guests, or they rent a room, or when they go away for a weekend, they rent it out. So I think it's a lot of it's a new thing. It's a bit uncomfortable. No one quite knows how it works. And like Airbnb, it's very popular now.
Just a quick one, Ed.
Yeah.
You've got the motorhome hire and also the caravan hire. Are they the same price, or what is the pricing between the two?
So the camper van and motorhomes, again, it depends on the first thing to say is it depends on the owner. So the owner sets his own price. We give guidance, and again, it's a market. So if they set their prices too high, they're not going to get many people wanting to book it. Typically, for example, if I look at August, we have vehicles on there for right up from £75 to £180 a night. So there's a very big range. I would say to people who are interested in doing it, and again, if it's July, August, and maybe Easter, you're looking at peak times. So your rate is going to be 20-30% higher. But off peak in May, September, it's going to be a lower rate. But you've got to work out what you think people will pay. But on average, about £100 a night is realistic. Maybe up to £150 for a full berth plus for a newer vehicle.
Ed, how do you vet people? Are renters picking up vehicles from the owner's property, thinking about security of that vehicle if the renters know security aspects of the van and where it's kept?
Well, we vet people insofar the owners have to provide obviously a vehicle registration, which we check. They're required to have insurance certification, which obviously responds to hopefully the vehicle and their address. And we also need their bank account details and ID. So you've got, and we also spend a lot of time talking to the owners. The renters, again, the idea is the driving license, which is the main form of ID, and that is pretty much the main representation of who they are. We don't vet renters beyond and above that, so you don't have to be qualified beyond and above having an address and a driving license. What I would say on that is that, like Airbnb, what happens is that the owner sets the availability of the vehicle. The owner decides when it's available to rent. The owner decides how long it's available to rent it for. You can rent out a vehicle for a weekend, or you can rent it for 6 months. And you can set your pricing and discounts depending on if somebody wants to. We had a few people who rented them for a few months who were working as NHS key workers, and they stayed in motorhomes. So the owner sets the pricing. And then it's the renter. Then the renter says, we'd like to reserve your vehicle. And then what happens is the owner decides if they want to rent their vehicle to that individual. So much like if you're on Airbnb, the owner has the discretion to not accept a booking. So if the owner talks to that renter, basically if they're not comfortable about what the usage of the vehicle is, if they have a bad feeling about it, the owner can just turn it down.
Fair play. Right, but can we just we've just had, was it Gary West?
There've been no. I've just seen.
Sorry, how many have been stolen by supposedly renters, Ed?
Thankfully not.
Good.
So we've done. I think in the UK now we've done. I think globally, it must be 100,000 nights. I think possibly a lot, possibly more than that. So we've had no thefts. I understand the concerns. I mean, quite opposite to that, we have a lot of travellers who, if the owner would like the renter to park their vehicle at their house, we do have a lot of owners who let the renter arrive and actually parks their vehicle there, and they take the motorhome or campervan off. So that does happen quite a lot, not in every instance.
I think at the end of the day, like you said earlier on, it's down to the owner's discretion whether they want to rent it or not. It is, and we accept that some people are not of different levels of comfort, and we have very, very good reports of lots of. And one thing that did surprise me, I was quite new to this about 12 months ago, is that a lot of the owners develop quite a nice rapport with the renters. They tell them where to go in it. Obviously, they talk to them about the vehicle, and a lot of owners say they like meeting new people. They like the interaction of that. Not in every case, but there is a social community aspect to it, and a lot of owners are like, yeah, this is how the van works. Be careful of that, and this is where we take it to, and there is a bit of discussion there, so it can be very positive for people. Sticking around, Gary. Ed, sorry, where have we got Gary from? Sorry, Ed. Sticking around. Okay. Can we get Gary's comment up, Shane?
Yep.
I probably did want Mark on for this as well, mate. Hello, lads. Can I have some advice? I've been doing carpentry and joinery since I left school. Done it in college, got my level 2 in site, but I had a lot more experience in the joinery side. And at the moment, there's not much work around. I've not got a CSA card. I'm thinking of retraining. Has anyone done anything like this? And how do you find it on advice? Be good. I am 25 and not working. God, that's a long message.
You'd have thought it'd be a good time for him to get an apprenticeship at the minute, wouldn't you? Either in the caravan industry or... I'm hiding.
Too short.
My yellow top's gone. Yeah. So we've thought about taking on an apprentice in the workshop because of all the government help and everything now to try and get younger people with apprenticeships back into work and what have you. And I think as the year pans out now, I think people are still going to be, dealers especially, are going to probably be a little bit nervous of, is this a flash in the pan or are we going to continue into next year? But I think over the next 6 months, I think businesses will start thinking, actually, we need more staff. We can't cope with the amount of sales and workshop work that we're now doing. So hopefully it should be a good time for him to look at getting into an apprenticeship with a company.
I think at the end of the day, Mark, you've just got to grind, haven't you? If you want to get a job, send the emails out. keep mothering people, keep saying, this is what I can offer you, basically.
Yeah. I think going and knocking on doors as well, if we have people coming walking into us, and that always says a lot more than just an email or a telephone call. If you have somebody turn up and you think, actually, they've been bothered to get off their arse and come in, they've shown a want to actually do it. So I think that goes a long way.
Says a lot more. Are you just keeping an eye on these comments for Ed for a bit later on, Shane?
I am doing, yes.
Yeah, there's quite a few coming in that we can ask him a little bit later on. Right, Mark, see you in a bit. We'll move on.
Yeah. What have we got next?
We've got John, which is probably somebody else's campsite review.
How dare you? God, you always think the worst, don't you?
With that shit, yeah.
Listen, look, there is a lot of love in the comments for this shirt, I'll have you know. If you're not reading the comments, Jay.
I've just called to say.
Now that was Martin. That was Martin the Caravan, that wasn't it? Right.
What have you got for us, John?
This week we have a campsite review, and it's a good look. It's a good looking site, a really good looking site. So Shane, do you want to run VD?
When did you go to this one, John? Just out of interest.
Yeah, so it's a lovely looking site, really good looking site.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll press play.
Press play.
Tavistock has clean, large shower blocks with plenty of facilities around the site, including water, waste and 2 chemical disposal points. They have designated motorhome pitches on tarmac, which make pitching a breeze. Pre-erected ready camp tents for people who don't want the stress of having to put a tent up but still want to live the great outdoors. Grass pitches for caravans, tents and camper vans up on the terraces and also in the centre of the site. Standard gravel pitches for caravans and motorhomes with 16 amp electric pickup. A large nature walk which has plenty of nature. And also backs onto the dog walk. This is a large dog walk and is plenty big enough for any dog. Service pitches are large and accommodate even the biggest of caravans. Hard standing is hard, so you will need strong rock pegs. So we're just walking up through the nature walk now, and a lot of people do say that the road noise is quite intrusive. We found that in the middle of the site where the service pitches are, we've been absolutely fine. However, the road is just here to the left of me, and it is quite noisy up on the top of the site, so just be wary. There is free Wi-Fi here at this site, however it is quite slow, but if you just want to search the internet it'll do, but don't try and stream your Netflix or whatever you like to stream on here because it is not the best. 4G signal is impeccable. We're all on O2 and we've had 4 bars of O2 4G all week. It's been absolutely fabulous and we've had a lovely time. We've really enjoyed our stay here and we'll definitely be recommending it to anybody as a site if you want to go biking in the moors or just having a nice stay really.
You've done it again, haven't you?
Yep.
You've got a good gig, haven't you?
Thank you, Oliver. I really appreciate that. So that was Oliver from Caravanning with the Coxes. If you don't subscribe to his channel, head on over. Caravanning with the Coxes, brilliant channel. Lots of great content from Oliver. Oliver knows his stuff. He's already been on the show once before, and he's a great lad. And thank you so much for doing that, Oliver. So a big shout out. But if there are anybody that is watching this this show now, if you would like to grab your phone, take a picture, take a little movie of where you are now or one of your favorite sites, get in contact with me. Either drop us an email, drop me a DM on Twitter, or to Shane on the show. Drop a comment to me, send me it over. You can we transfer it to me or something like that. We'll get it on there and we'll get you on the show showing us the sites that you love. Because look, at the end of the day, I am only one person, and one person to try and show everybody that watches this show various campsites from around the UK is difficult. I can take you to the ones that I've been to, but I love to see where you guys go. So brilliant. This is what I want to do. I want to get our viewers involved and send me your videos.
Right, Shane, it's just took him about 3 minutes to do that little speech, hasn't it?
I don't know.
I'll just show you how you can do it in 10 seconds. Hi, can you bring your videos up so I don't have to do nothing, and then I can just upload them onto my YouTube channel next week?
No, it's not. This is.
I agree, mate.
Yeah, maybe. Look, at the end of the day, we need to see as many sites as possible. I can't get to all of them, but you lot can. So send us in your videos. No, it doesn't, like I say, it doesn't matter if it's a professionally edited one or if it's just your phone walking around. But back to the Tavistock site that Oliver showed us. What do you reckon? It looks nice. I like the look of it. I've not been there myself. I might go. Now I've seen it.
And next week on the Motorhome and Caravan show, we'll have Next Stop Everywhere. We'll have Caravanning with the Coxes.
It could be you. It could be Shane. It could be you, Jason.
It could be you.
You could be you. No,
yeah, I've got a great. Yeah, joking aside, John, it is nice to see other people's reviews and everything.
Exactly.
Other people a chance just to show where they've been to and just to highlight the different campsites, mate, and what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a bit like me. I booked Love to Stay after seeing you do yours.
Yeah.
And when do you actually do a video?
That's what I was going to say. I think is that the only one you've done?
Yeah, possibly. I've done Ilfracombe as well. Got Ilfracombe as well. So we're actually when we were there.
What's the next one you do? Or are you hoping for?
I'm sort of banking on somebody getting in contact with me off from the show to do one for us. If not, then yeah, I've got, like I say, I have been to a number of sites, as you could probably imagine. So we will do one next. There we go. Toner on tour. Brilliant. Go on, Ant. Send it over. Drop me a message on DM. We'll get you on the show. We'll get your video on the show.
And then if anybody wants to do a motorhome review, so me and Shane can't be asked to do one.
That would be fun.
Take the effort to edit it all up and send it out there. Please send your motorhome review in.
I think that would be good. I'd love to see. Show us. You show me yours. I'll show you mine, so to speak. I'd love to see somebody else's.
Do you know what, Shane? Let's put a shout out to everybody there. Really, if you've got your own motorhome or your own caravan, do a little 1 minute review or a 2 minute review. John's offered to do all the editing on all the videos that are uploaded. So he can actually give value to us all.
As long as you don't mind him having the logo at the start and end of it.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll splice my logo all the way through it as well. No, wouldn't.
Right, we've got a question here from Jay. So, College, why do a lot of people tend to stay on caravan and motorhome sites when they are so dear?
I think for us. One, we are members of the Caravan and Motorhome Club site. So it could either be Caravan and Motorhome Club or it could be the Camping and Caravan. They as we went through this in one of the previous episodes, that they're the two biggest, or one of the two biggest site owners in the UK. For us, we're Caravan and Motorhome Club members, and it is easy for us to book. We don't have to pay a deposit. You can literally go on, find your site you want to go to, book your time, boom, booked. If something changes closer to the date, then you can cancel it. And it's. I mean, this is a perfect example. Is this weekend? I've come back today. I left Thursday night. Sarah, my wife, and the kids have been down at Granny's on the south coast for the week. I booked a site last minute. Went to Crossways Caravan and Motorhome Club site, which was a really nice site, and me and the dog towed the caravan down Thursday evening, got there at about 6:45, set up, and then we met up, or me and the dog met up with them for the weekend. It's.
Did you do a video of the site?
Yes.
Oh, you have done one.
I have done one.
Okay.
So it could be next week. It could be the week after. But
he did say him and the dog went down. So there's half a chance the dog did it.
Yeah. We had Jack's cam. He had a little camera on his back and he's running around. But no, I mean, the big, again, just before we go, big thank you to Oliver for caravanning the Coxes. Really appreciate you taking the time to get in contact and doing the video for us, mate.
And if you could do some more of them for us, Oliver, then it saves John's time.
May already have another one on the way from
Oliver. Would it be easier to get Oliver on as well at the same time to actually do the review, and then you can ask him some questions about
it? Do. That's
there we go.
Or just get Oliver on.
Mate. We're developing. We're just developing.
Yeah.
Right. See you later.
Oliver's jaunts.
See you in a bit, mate. Can I just? Here's a great question for you, mate. Can I just bring this question up with your knowledge here, mate? Andrew Austin, good evening. Can you recommend an automatic vehicle for a disabled driver? Also, one that I can put gas in at the petrol station.
They don't come around very often, do they? Sorry,
no, they don't.
Something Andrew said a minute ago on a previous comment was one with hand controls. How many motorhomes you come across with hand controls?
No.
I've heard of them. I know they're about, and I know they have to be specially fitted at a 4-figure sum. But I think that's probably going to be after something either you find or get fitted yourself. As for automatic, there's a lot more autos on the market right now. And gas that you put in the petrol station, that's something that you can get fitted. But quite a few motorhomes do have the gas low systems and so on, don't they?
Yeah. It's a tough one, that is, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, can't be much more.
The only one, there is a company, is it Caniquay, that actually do motorhomes and convert them for disabled, isn't there?
Don't know. Yeah, they just the disabled conversion don't come across, come around very often, and boy, they're expensive to convert.
Yeah. And just a quick one. I missed his comment earlier in the show. You won't find it, mate. I've just had a look through it. KTG Caravans, Carl from Stoke. He said hello. I would like to say a quick shout out to him. A great place to get your caravan spares from as well. I've known Carl a long time, basically. The Motorhome and Caravan show, I think Dan's decided to actually show up tonight, has he?
You reckon? I reckon it's this guy here.
That's it. Yeah, Carl, KTG Caravans. We'll get him on at some point, mate.
Okay.
Yeah. Dan's made an appearance. I think he's been hiding, hasn't he, since
here he is.
We outvoted the motorhomes for the caravans, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now we've got a new segment to the show. It's asking technical questions. We've got a new guest on. Ask the Scouser.
Evening. Can't swear now because I'm online.
You're right.
Yeah, you?
Yeah. Are you busy, mate?
Yeah, strange for this time of year to be this busy. Normally you're trying to catch up with stuff that you're booked in with, and you're sort of starting to catch up a little bit now while everyone's using them through school holidays, but obviously with all the backlog and everything, it's crazy busy at the minute.
How far ahead are you booked up then?
Currently booked up to second week of October.
You're going to go right through, aren't you? Weather permitting.
It looks that way, yeah. I'm having people inquiring for damp repair work. At the minute, I'm reluctant to take it on because I've still got so much service work. I don't want to get stuck with vans half stripped out in the workshop. So, so at the minute, I'm reluctant to take any damp repairers on.
I think the season generally is just going to go all the way through, whether it's you doing them, the sales, the people going away. I mean, I'm more than happy to go away in October, November, December this year.
Yeah. I was talking to someone on the site the other day. They were saying that obviously the sites that normally close through sort of October, November, December, January are allowed to stay open. So they're hoping people are going to use them all year. And majority of customers I'm speaking to are planning on actually using them back end of the year, which is something they don't really do. So yeah, good.
Any idea why an Auto Trail Shine wastewater stays 100% even when empty? Tried everything to clean the pipes, but still 100%. Rob B.
It's probably not the pipes, it'll be the probes in the tank.
Sensor.
Yeah, they just get gunked up.
If you can get at them, Lee, it's a bit of wire wool, isn't it?
Yeah, you can clean them off with a bit. If you can get at them, just give them a clean off with a bit of wire wool or something like that. Just be gentle with them. Don't go stupid with them. Yeah, something to degrease your waste tank. Treat your wastewater system, and there is stuff out there. If you fill it up, it'll break that stuff down.
So what would you do? Yeah.
Sorry?
So what would you do with that? What would you do to treat your wastewater system then, Lee?
You're just frozen. It's all right.
Oh, sorry. What would you do to treat your wastewater system then, Lee?
You can put the stuff into each sink, down each plug hole, flush it up, let it fill your waste tank up. You can put it direct into your waste tank if you've got a cap at the top that you can get into. Put it in there. It's just like treating your mains water system, really. But the stuff that you're putting in there is to actually clean it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about, mate?
I've got a gripe.
Ooh, we've got a gripe.
I've got a gripe. I watch this all the time when new lads have a gripe, and I think you're moaning pair of sods. I've got a gripe.
Oh, he's got a gripe.
It's driving me mad. Every other Thetford cooker I go to, right? The shelves on it. Honestly, yeah. Right. See those little bits sticking out? They are not handles. They are there to space the racking away from the back of the oven so that the flame doesn't hit them. Everyone turns them around. Every other Thetford cooker I've gone to has got the racks around that way. Firstly, when you pull that out, there's nothing to hold it, so the chances are it can tip out. Secondly, doing it that way, the flame will hit the actual racking and then hits the back of the cooker. You got the other picture?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah, like that. So now your flame, rather than going up in between the racking, is actually deflecting off it and burning against the back of your oven. Honest, it just seems that and these are people that I tell every year, you don't need to do that. That's not what it's designed for. Put them in properly. And it's driving me mad. Rant over.
That's a good point, mate. That's a great point.
Well, the thing is that flame burning against the back of the cooker, it's gonna cause damage to it, and this is happening on brand new vans, people with brand new vans. Those cookers and everything are under warranty. The minute Thetford see that, they'll say, "Not touching it. You're not using it properly."
Lee, do you know John? How he doesn't do his own caravan reviews anymore, campsite reviews.
Yeah.
He's decided to move into the Motorhome and Caravan tips market.
Mm.
Are you ready for this? Bring him up.
Come on.
Bring him up. He said to me, because Lee wasn't on last week, I'm going to do the tips now.
No, I did not. You little porky pie.
Now, do you put your oven things the wrong way round?
No, I've always got them the right way round.
Promise?
Yeah, I'll take a picture next time I'm down there.
Anybody who's watching in the comments,
like you say, otherwise it's just the flame's just going to burn the edge of it. That makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's a fair play, Lee. I thought Mark's Caravan was good, but that's a tipping off, that one, isn't it?
It is. It's loads of people do it, and people say, I just thought it'd be easier to get things in and out. The thing is, the way those are designed at the back, you can pull that shelf forward and they don't tip out then. Whereas if they've got them the wrong way round and put them out, the shelves are likely to fall out on you.
So
come on then. Come on. Sorry, Shane.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what do you think of this, Lee? Let's watch this.
Here you go, Jason. This is what we use it for. Much easier and quicker than using a winder by hand. There you go, top tip. You've just got to be careful not to wind it too much, because they're a steady, not a. Sorry, Lee, go on.
Has that got a torque setting on?
Yep, torque setting, that one. So it goes.
Yeah. But yours didn't, did it? Yeah, on drill.
Yeah, I did. But I was rushing to get it filmed.
So your top tips just backfired.
Yeah. But that's why I said don't put it on. Don't do it all the way, because it's a steady, not a measuring and aligning it. But I think that's one for us caravanners that you motorhomers don't need to worry about, I suppose.
Do you know, I actually, when I had our caravan, right, I use my drill every day. Yeah, while I'm servicing. We'd go to site. What did I forget every time we went? And I'm stood at the back winding them by hand. And a bloke said to me one day, "You want to get one of these?" And I said, "Yeah, I've got one. It's in my van."
It does make it a bit easier, though, doesn't it? As long as you're not, like you say, you're not winding the buggery out of them to twist or break the chassis. If
you've got a drill with a torque setting on, it's ideal, because you can set them and not overwind them. I mean, people manually overwind them, and I know one of my customers who actually decided to try and jack the side of his caravan up on his corner steadies to change a tyre, which ended up being quite costly because one of them bent and the whole thing dropped down. So yeah,
not
so
good.
John, this is why we have Leon.
Goodbye.
Right, next week I'm going to do a campsite review.
All right, mate. Thanks for that.
Well, I've just got a couple of questions.
Oh, go on. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Far away, Jason.
Star Taylor, highly, our pressure relief valve opens occasionally for a second when heating water on both gas and electric. Is this a problem?
What system's it on?
I don't know.
Pressure relief valve. I'd need a bit more information on that, really.
Yeah, we need to know what system. Thank you for that information, Lee. We'll check ours out. Our oven and hobs light, but not of the grill. Is the ignition switch separate for the grill? Teresa Timms.
No, it's the same ignition for the grill on the Thetford system and the Domestics. They're all on the same ignition. Grills are a common problem, whether it be thermocouples. Sometimes, and there's a top tip for you, if you've got a grill or a ring not staying lit, sometimes if you take the control knob off and push the metal shaft in as far as it'll go and then try it and see if it'll stay lit. Shane, the minute I said shaft, then I saw that look at it.
Sorry.
Try it then, see if it'll stay lit. If it does, it means that your knob's worn slightly.
Keep going.
And you just need to pack it. Yeah. And you just need to pack it out a little bit. Put a little bit of tissue in the hole, push it in, and then try again.
Another top tip, by
Can you just recap that, please, Lee?
No.
Evening Shane, we have purchased our first motorhome on pickup October the 1st. We were asked if we wanted some sealant put in our tyres to help prevent puncture. £40 per tyre. What's your thoughts? That's more for Lee, that.
It is more for Lee, yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit like Tyrone bands, isn't it? It's horses for causes. Some people love them, swear by them. They'll have it on every caravan that they have, or, you can put this sealant stuff in any tyre, really. It's not just motorhome caravan tyres. You can have it in your car tyres, bike tyres, anything. The downside is when you've got to change your tyres, it's a bloody messy job.
Star Taylor's just replied late. It's a Truma 6E.
So by pressure relief valve, does she mean it's like the pressure relief valve is the actual drain valve? If she means now and again it's running out from the red bit at the top, that isn't a pressure relief valve, that's a breather.
Yeah, that's probably when it's on gas, isn't it?
What?
When it drains out.
No. If right on your heating system, you've got your cold water in at the bottom, you've got the red in at the top, or the red out at the top, should I say? Yeah. Now that red connector, or white as they are now, has a clear plastic tube coming off it, which goes up through the floor under the van. That is a breather. A lot of people seem to think that's a pressure relief. That's actually a breather. And
that's what
got
I meant, mate.
Non-return.
The breather, yeah, it's normally when the gas is on though, isn't it? Like,
not necessarily, no. If there's gunk in there that's stopping it closing properly when you run the water through, then it'll pass now and again, regardless. And it's a common one for when people say my pump just kicks in every now and again, because what it'll do is you'll just see like condensate, little bit coming out of it, and every 10-15 minutes you might just lose enough pressure for your pump to kick in. If it's coming from the actual drain, then yeah, that's something a bit more serious, I would thought, and something that need looking at. It's not very often you get those actual drain valves pass like that, and if there's a pressure problem, then I'd expect it to be. It may be a faulty switch, faulty drain valve.
anything else, Shane?
Nope.
No. I enjoy that. Just don't ask Lee a question on grease nipples. And at that point, see you later, Lee.
See you later.
All right, cheers for that, mate. Take care. That's a great point, mate, about the oven.
It is, yeah.
Very good point, mate. We're running out with the show. What do you want to do? Do you want to? We've got to do yours, haven't we?
Have we got a caravan? We've got a caravan next, haven't we?
If you want to go into the caravan, yeah. We're just
Let's
running
go
away
for the
with time.
caravan. Yeah.
Unless you want to carry on, we'll stay on.
Yes, okay, keep going.
Let's keep going.
Next up, we've gone for a little bit bigger van. This one. This is a 6-berth. It's the Elddis Avanti 556. We've gone bigger, so we're creeping up on the weight. We're actually creeping up to 1450. So you're going to need a tow car with a maximum of about 2,000 kilograms just to be able to keep you under that 3.5 ton. But this just gives you a little bit more room inside, being 6-berth. Let's have a look what we've got inside. So we could fit 2 of that little Elddis Explorer into this, really. The Elddis Avanti 556, this is a 6-berth, so we've got a double bed at the front. The side dinette here makes into a single and a bunk bed, and then we've got 2 permanent fixed bunk beds at the rear. Washroom, again, it's not much bigger than that little Elddis that we looked at, the little Explorer. Slight bit more space in there, but not huge amounts of space. Considering it's a lot bigger van, we're not getting a huge amount more. We've still got 3-burner hob. We have got a separate grill and oven. Is the sink smaller? That seems, again, for a bigger van, the sink isn't any bigger than the little Explorer that we looked at. Fridge is about the same size. We have got a bigger seating area at the front, but actually I like the little L shape in the other one. That just made it feel more spacious. Again, this makes into the other double bed here at the front, and again there's lots of storage space. And obviously you can take an extra 2 kids away with you in this one, which if you've got the children, I suppose you're going to want to. A bigger van, 1450 as I say, so we're an extra 400 kilograms more than the little Explorer that we looked at before. The little Explorer isn't missing anything compared to this. It's still got all of the same things in it. So I suppose if you've got those extra 2 children and you want to take them away with you, then you are going to need this bit bigger van.
Did you have a mind block?
Yeah, it went. Happens to us all.
Bigger van, bunks.
So that's actually cheaper. That's 6,995. It's older, but it was only about 2 meters longer than the little Explorer. But it did seem bigger inside. And obviously, if you want the extra berths, then that's the trade-off, isn't it? You're going to have to go for a bit bigger van, which I suppose if you're starting out, you might be a little bit apprehensive of towing a bigger, heavier van. But it's still doable to keep you under that 3.5 ton. So the possibilities are still there.
How do you rank the 2 vans?
Say that again, sorry.
How do you rank the 2 vans?
I think I've got a soft spot for that little Explorer 304. I think just the nattiness of it. It was just sort of, you just walked in there and it felt massive. But again, if you need a 6 berth, you're going to need a bigger van, and that little Explorer's not going to do it for you. So it's a difficult one, horses for courses again, isn't it? But if it was just 4 of you, I like that little Explorer. That's cracking, that is. Great little van.
I like that one. And Shane?
Yeah. Pretty much what you said.
Right, let's crack on. Let's move on.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Go on.
Go on. Are you on about Rob?
I'm on about Rob D, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, why does my automatic motorhome only work in the daytime? Put it in the daytime mode, D works fine, but when I try to put it in night mode, it won't move. I had the same problem, Shane, right? When I used to put my automatic into racing mode, it went backwards.
I know. It's a big problem. It's quite a common problem, isn't it?
It is. Right, let's get your motorhome on, mate.
Okie dokie. Got a lot of stuff down here that I've got to go through. Should have done and put it in order, really, shouldn't we? There we go. Yeah. And here's my island bed of choice. This is Rapido 992M. Now, I think this is the only one I've really come across. As I said, it does have the island bed. It comes in at 7.4 meters, which means it can get on most sites. And this one is the one that I use personally. This is very well spec'd. It's got everything you could think of, from satellite dish to warning to nice big garage with a hose to wash the dogs down, habitation aircon, everything. So I'll just have a quick look down the side. So at the front, it does have gas low. And under this very stiff catch is a barbecue point. Fly screen, which we all love just because it keeps those flies and mozzies and wasps and bees and everything out. Nice bit of locker underneath. And then we do have, in this island bed, which is different to Jason's, a nice big garage. Now, with the side island bed, which Jason has, you don't quite get that. Let's go and have a look inside. Okay, so inside, with it being an A-class, you expect a drop-down bed, and that's exactly what you get, which is what I like, because I like to take my friends with me, and that's a decent bed without having to make it up every night. Then, as you can see, we've got 2 captain seats which swivel around. This is on the Mercedes 3-litre auto, by the way, so it's very nice to drive on the V6. So that makes part of the lounge. And then when I swivel round, we've also got the 2 forward-facing seats with belts. Okay, so next up we've got the kitchen area. We've got a couple of overhead lockers and a nice glass cabinet. As we zoom down, we've then got the 3-hob burner, or the 3-burner hob, as somebody keeps telling me it is. Thank you for your feedback, by the way. And then we've got the tap with hot and cold water. And then we've not got 1 sink, but we've got 2 of them. So you can do your pots in one and then dry them off in the other. Then on the opposite side, we do have this long Dometic fridge freezer, which comes nice and handy for the beer. And now we move on to the shower. And we've already seen 2 of the sinks, and now we've got a 3rd sink. Mirror. And then the shower on the opposite side. Now, if you thought 3 sinks wasn't enough, we've got 4 in this one. And this is the one that's in the toilet. So there's no excuses for not washing your hands for those dirty COVID germs. Right, now this is where we're getting to eventually. So we have I know it looks a bit like a dodgy porn movie. That's not on this channel. So this is the island bed, and because you saw that big garage outside, that runs all the way underneath here. And it also means you've got lots of storage with this sort of island bed. So on my right hand side, or your left, you do have a nice wardrobe, and that counts for both sides. And then we also do have on both of these is just this nice big pocket, so you can put your phones or whatever you fancy, whatever you need, your tablets, tablet trays and all that sort of stuff. Now what I really do like, and I'm just going to pan the camera around for this bit, is the lighting. Now something I really do like about this bedroom is this orange light that goes all the way around the top. I've just kept some lights on just so you can see where I am. But that just looks like the sun rising in the morning. So yes, so that's the difference between the two island beds. So you've got Jason's, which is the side island bed, which means you can look out that lovely big side window, as long as you're on the right side, because you don't want the door on that side, otherwise you'll just fall out straight over the edge of the cliff if that's what you're looking over. Anyway, so we've got this type, and then there's another type I'll show you straight after the video of a slightly different variation of this.
You like your Rapidos?
We seem to be in a right buying spell of them at the moment. We had a couple on last week, and they got this one this week. So this is the other island bed that I was talking about. So this is on one that we had the other day, which is a Rapido 990MHV, which is their flagship range. I think it looks normal, don't you? And then you open its legs. I don't think anybody's really ever seen anything like that apart from in this model. But it's good how the drawers go with it. But the problem is you're still next to the person snoring their head off next to you.
I don't know what to say about that. I do like that Rapido. I do like the bedroom in that Rapido.
I just love those lights. I mean, it didn't really give the effect in the video, but when you turn it on when you first wake up in the morning, because it is very dark in there, it does look like the sun's going up or down on the horizon.
Do you know what? When you showed it, I actually thought it, and then you actually said it, because people we do not watch one of the videos. Well, Shane watches mine, but I never watch his. Yeah, I did like that lighting. You know,
it is nice. Nice little touch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But we're never going to do this show in an hour, are we?
We will do. This is just a Camptoo special, so we can't quite get there, can we?
Yeah, let's get everybody up and let's fire some questions at Camptoo, eh?
He's ready.
He's that excited, he's froze.
Oh no, he's back. He's back.
John, Mark, what did you think of that? Oh, can I just ask? Darren Smith's asked a question, probably fired out at Mark, to be honest, mate. Half a dozen up. Hi, guys. I have a Swift Escape and considering fitting Alco Click Fix support legs. They're around £400, which seems a lot. What do you think?
They don't really do motorhomes. Yeah, if you've got movement in there though, and you've got a bit of rocking around and it's moving, then it's obviously worth it. It's going to take that out of it. It's going to stabilise it. So if that's what it's on about.
I've got to admit that Rapido, I had a week. I've only had one weekend away in it, and I think it's the Mercedes, but my God, it's like being on a boat. If somebody moves, it rocks and rocks and rocks. So I've actually had to buy some stabilizers for it. You can get them for about 40, 50 quid for some decent ones that take the weight. But personally, I'd have them because if someone else is moving in the van when you're trying to sleep, you don't often need them.
Yeah.
Did you log any questions for Ed, Shane?
I will do. I'll go back, find some.
I think my dim lighting needs a bit of work, judging by the look of it. It's gone into pretty much darkness here. I didn't know there was so much. There we go.
I was thinking earlier that for caravanners, there's nothing to stop them towing it to a site, setting it all up, and then saying, right, it's on site, it's ready for you, have your holiday, we'll pick it up afterwards. It's just be an extra charge that would be incurred, I suppose, and it's just another option for people with caravans to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think the caravan site, in terms of the who they need on the booking. You know, it's like booking in a hotel. You know, you can book a hotel for somebody else, but you need ID when you check in. And I guess some campsites, the people staying in the caravan may not necessarily be the people doing the booking and be the owner of the van. I don't know how strict they are on sites. It's quite a good question, which I'll have to look into that.
Yeah,
there is actually a company that's probably about 2 miles away from where I live that's what they do. I don't think they allow people to tow them, but they basically drop them off wherever.
I think that might have been where I saw it and stole that idea. To be fair,
it's only a small company. They've only got 2 or 3 caravans, but that's what they do with them.
Yeah.
What type of feedback, Ed, do you have with dealers renting the motorhomes out?
What type of feedback in terms? Sorry.
How many? Do you have any dealers on the books?
Yeah, we do. You know, as we talked about before the show, a lot of the bigger dealers who are moving into rental in Rye, there's a dealer down there he's got his own rental business. He's got about 10 vehicles on there. So yeah, I mean, they some of them use sites like ours. Other are big enough that they're independent. So yeah, we do have dealers on there. The one stipulation is we don't really like putting people's branded on photos. So the photos of the vehicles have our brand on it as opposed to other people's. So, but there's no reason that they can't advertise through us. No.
Sure.
Okay, so Greg here, it's about €1,500 to rent a motorhome in Ireland. There is not many of them renting. I'm guessing that's 5 or 6 berth bunk campers. You just, hopefully as the brand builds, I mean, every time I go on social media, all I see is Camptoo, 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 which means the adverts are doing a very good job.
Yeah, that can backfire though, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is the question about the Irish market, or is that just?
I guess. Is Ireland a country that you got into yet?
Well, again, we've got, I think, 27 countries have got vans. I didn't realise until yesterday, we've got 27 vehicles in Portugal, and 7 vans in Hungary. I mean, I didn't know until I searched that. So, you know, if you're flying into Budapest, you can technically hire a vehicle there. So I think that there's no requirement to be, you know, we can have vehicles anywhere, really. I don't know, to be honest, how many we've got in Southern Ireland, or sorry, I should rephrase that, in Ayr or in Northern Ireland. I'll be getting in trouble. But there's no reason why we shouldn't have. I'll have to check that out. I don't know the numbers in Ayr. The price sounds right though. €1,500 for 7 days sounds right.
Yeah. And another question from Greg is, who pays for any repairs that have been done? Sorry, that need doing.
Well, if it's damage as a result of the traveller or renter, then the owner assesses the damage through an independent garage or expert, and then effectively it's passed through to the traveller. So if the damage is as a result of the hire, it's the renter who pays for that reparation. If it's ongoing maintenance and servicing, obviously it's on the owner's book.
Yeah.
You get some. We don't have a lot of significant damages, but where they do happen, where people hit things, the main thing is obviously making sure that the vehicle is safe to carry on driving. We have had incidents where the vehicle is no longer able to carry on the journey. So safety is the main thing, but ultimately it's a discussion between the renter and the owner to agree the price of the damage. Obviously, the insurance will cover damage above and beyond the excess premium. So each renter pays a deposit, and that's typically £500 to £1,000. That is kept by us, and then once the vehicle is handed back as it was, then obviously that deposit is released. If the owner finds damages, even minor damages, then that is passed through and taken off the deposit. 99 times out of 100, if the renter creates some damage, they are okay with paying for that. And then the insurance obviously picks up anything that's above and beyond that.
I think, to be honest, it's just like people who buy motorhomes, the people who are renting motorhomes, the age bracket is a lot higher, and they know if they break something, they're going to have to fix it or pay for it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's in the. It's very clear. That's what they're signing up to.
It's only like renting the car, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like going on holiday and picking up a hire car, and as soon as you get to sign the documents, you pay an excess. You can pay. We do an excess waiver, so you can have excess charges brought down. You can pay for that. It's very, very similar in that respect to car hire business.
Okay.
I think it's a good business model, isn't it? If you've got a motorhome sat on your drive and you know you're not going to use it for a month or 2 months, then if you're happy to rent it out, why not earn some money back off of it? Yeah.
The other thing is, people could look at it and say, well, I could only afford this amount for a motorhome, but actually, if I rent it out for 6 weeks of the year, I can actually go for a higher price motorhome. I can go for something better. Yeah.
Mark, that's a great point. Not so much that, is you could buy your motorhome and then you could save the money then to upgrade to a better motorhome.
Oh, yeah, all that, yeah.
And
yeah, either way, really.
There's loads of benefits.
I would give a couple of things for people to think about. I mean, if people can do van conversions, the best, if you're looking at this from an investment perspective, buy yourself a second-hand, quite new van. Get it converted yourself. You can convert it to spec within a reason. It's actually quite straightforward. I was in Iceland a few weeks ago and I hired a camper van, which was effectively a long wheelbase transit van. They put a sofa bed, which became a double bed in it. They had a sink, a couple of cupboards, a little heater / cooler, and absolutely fantastic. And a bit of storage in the back. And I think if you're going to do this as an investment, that's a very efficient way to get a vehicle on the road for probably less than £20,000. And we have owners who I know I would say this. Our best owner last year, just off our site, made £9,600 last year. And I know they were on another site, so I think they probably made over £15,000 in a year. Now, if you can get a vehicle out there which is safe and stylish and works, a camper van or motorhome for £25,000, and you have a good year, that to me is a fairly good business concept. I personally wouldn't suggest people with £100,000 brand new motorhomes are renting out I shouldn't really say that, but if you're doing it for an investment, you want to be looking at your risk and your return and everything else. Go a bit lower end if you're doing this. And I think what you said, it's right. If you've got a vehicle you're using for 3 or 4 weeks a year, it is very feasible to rent it in the summer months for 12 to 16 weeks. It doesn't happen for everyone. It depends where you are. But it's most of our owners on our site earn around £3,000 to £4,000 a year with fairly minimal effort, and the highest earners can get up to 5 figures. So yeah, it can work very well for some people. And I think the other thing I'd say is, if you are going to do it through us or anyone else, look at it. Don't look at it as it's an asset that you're renting out. Try not to become too emotionally attached to it. Because you don't want to be thinking, it's like you don't want people in your house if you're really attached to, you're worried. You don't want to worry about it. If it's causing you anxiety to do it, don't do it. Only do it if you realize it's a vehicle, it's an investment, you'll make a return, but be prepared, for the potential of, something maybe going wrong, either a breakdown and what have you. Just like when you're in the vehicle yourself, it's a vehicle, it may break down, and you've got to be prepared to manage that. And it doesn't happen that often, but it occasionally does.
I think Ed, since you've come right from the start of the show, you haven't come on and said basically everybody come to Camptoo, everybody come to Camptoo. Camptoo is for people and it's not for other people. So if you want to rent it out, that's brilliantly put. If you're attached to your motorhome and you're going to get stressed out, Camptoo's not for you. But if you want to make a few quid, Camptoo's a perfect platform.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I mean, people ask people to do their research. Look at all the people in the market, see what the terms and conditions are, have a think about it. And for some people, they've bought other vehicles on the back of doing one. So for some people, it's worked quite nicely. So yeah, who knows? Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Good.
Are we done?
Any more questions?
Just a couple more questions.
Yeah.
Teresa Timms, you would need to make sure that everything was safe, like the gas holding cupboard. In the one Jason was shown on, just like the one that Jason was shown on one of his reviews last week. So I guess with that, I'm sure Jason and Lee have said you need a sort of like a landlord gas certificate, do you?
Now, the video she's on about was one of the Motorhome Diaries that I did on Friday night.
One of the camper vans.
Motorhome Diaries 10 on YouTube. It was released on Friday. The Motorhome van. Basically, it was a Volkswagen camper van that we'd had in. And what it is, where the gas was, where the gas bottle was, there was no drop vents in there. Now, you need drop vents in, and it needs to be enclosed. So what we've had to do is we've had to make something and close it all in so it's safe, basically.
I think with anything, I had a narrowboat for a year. I think with anything with gas on board, you should have certainly have a gas certificate if you're renting out, even if you're living in it. You know, just as good practice. Your insurance company will, and again, don't quote me on this, will probably stipulate that you have a gas certificate anyway. You know, I'd get, you know, a competent gas engineer should always review your vehicle once a year.
Totally agree. Colin, what's Camptoo's cut?
We take, I'm not going to give you the exact number, but it's somewhere right in the middle between 10 and 20%.
Well answered.
Bills to pay. They don't do it for nothing. We all do it for nothing.
Airbnb charge, I think they charge 15, I think it's gone up now. So they charge 15, 16%. And most of the companies charge around that, slightly higher maybe, but yes, it's around that number. So yes, that's what you would pay. But one thing to add to people is you don't pay unless you get a booking. So once you get the money the first day of the booking, once the rental is underway, and then we take our fee at the same time. So you don't pay anything to be on the website. You only pay once you get the money in the bank from the accepted traveller.
Fair point. Anything else, Shane?
No, I think that's about wrapped everything up.
We're done. We've overran, but thoroughly enjoyable. John Jones, Mark Lee, Camptoo, Ed, it's been a pleasure. It's given insight into something. If you've got a motorhome, you can go out and earn yourself an extra few quid. I wish you every success, matey.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, appreciate that. Anyone got any more questions on a Thetford cooker? Then I'm now the expert, so you can come.
Thank you. Next week's bank holiday weekend, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, we're having the Sunday off because it's a bank holiday, aren't we? So we're going to do open mic the following Sunday, but sometime in the week there might be a little surprise. Might there? To make up for Sunday when we're not being on. So
what's that? You haven't told me about this.
We'll see. We'll see.
They don't tell us anything, John.
Oh no, we're just Well, no, it's the same old. It's the
caravanners,
same,
aren't we?
Hey, sign your contract.
Yeah, caravanners, we don't care. Yeah,
it's like cold and hot water taps or hot and cold taps.
I like how they assume that they're invited to that session.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, we were just inviting ourselves then.
We'll be doing open mic the following Sunday. So it might be interesting in the week what's going to happen. We'll see you. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.